Hi and welcome to my Masterclass webinar, How to Transform Your Career and Life in 2019. I'll introduce you to 5 pivotal shifts to a successful career and life, based on my proven program, the Newcomb Method. Better career, better relationships, better life. Without much ado, let me introduce myself. Hi, my name is Marcus Newcomb. Welcome to my Masterclass webinar. Today I will be sharing with you the various skill sets and pivotal shifts, the same proven tools and advantages that consistently feed and propel my clients' many successes, and which have made me very successful. You will be hearing from some of my clients directly during this presentation. While this Masterclass is about you, I will share a few relevant key points with you about me before we move right on. I was born, raised and formally educated in Switzerland. My wife and business partner, the same in the United States. While being on a career break in Italy, I decided to follow the suggestion of many of my clients and friends, writing down my teaching and the methodology behind it. I distilled the essence of my then 15 years of successful executive coaching career by answering the question, what was it that led my clients to achieve success after success in such a short time, with a long-lasting and sustainable transformation? In talking to many of my successful clients and having studied my many notes gathered over the years, I discovered a pattern. That was the birth of my 5 shifts Newcomb method, which I piloted with select clients, allowing me to continue honing it to its highest effectiveness. My primary focus has always been the transformation of professionals in their careers and lives. As it turns out, I have been using the Newcomb method very successfully in both corporate and private practice for decades. Join me now for this life-changing journey and quite possibly the timely ticket to your best future. Some things that you'll want to know up front. Participating in this webinar will allow you to obtain a high-value gift from me. Additionally, my clients, thanks to their smart work and following the Newcomb method, are experiencing ongoing typical successes as salary increase on average of 20 to 30%, promotions, be it as a specialist or in people management, noticed competence and backing from management, higher functioning teams thanks to well-honed leadership styles, intentionally effective communicators, improved sleep and self-management, skilled in dealing with as well as preventing conflicts, and as a big bonus, much more fulfilled private lives. I have worked very successfully as a corporate senior executive and executive coach, certified in applied coaching, with a very successful private practice as well, with major players and clients such as Microsoft, General Electric, Citigroup, Dow Chemical, Pfizer, and many more. Now about the item of value I just mentioned. I have set aside some time in the next 72 hours to speak with you personally about how you can apply this proven method to your career and life starting today. For your convenience, a bit further into the presentation, you will begin to see my invitation to you in the chat window to the right. This will allow you to secure the best time available for you. Should you be interrupted throughout this presentation, as I know these things can happen, please know there will be easy access for you to replay this webinar. The opportunity to register for your personal session remains open until the end of this presentation. Time waits for no man nor woman. So, who's this masterclass for? It's for those who ask, is this it? Is this as good as it gets? It's for those whose inner voice tells them that they are capable of so much more. This is for you if you are coachable, decisive, willing to be successful, and are ready to invest in yourself. and are serious about growing your career and living a better life. Throughout this presentation, you are going to learn how to advance in your career, even if you feel stuck in your current position. How to get clarity in today's busy and noisy world. How to increase influence even if you are not well known yet. How to network effectively and generate referrals without having 500 plus contacts on LinkedIn. How to amplify your true worth and negotiate with precision. If this all sounds a little bit too good to be true, stay with me, because here comes my real promise to you. I'll introduce you to 5 pivotal shifts that will change your career and life in ways currently unavailable to you. Shifts which will turbocharge your influence, your success, and how you are rewarded. And all without risking burnout or selling your soul. Attention, reality check ahead. Does this sound like you? Do you sometimes feel powerless because your colleagues and supervisors ignore your contributions and value? Do you wake up feeling unmotivated, asking yourself, how can I do this one more day? Do you worry that you lack job security, that you might fail? Do you feel like fear is an invisible lid on your career, preventing you from breaking through? Do you ask yourself, is this it? Or is there more to life, to my life? Good news. All we've just covered are nothing else than mere symptoms of the real problem, what I call you haven't made the shifts. Once you make them, you'll be able to build your career on a solid foundation and will experience a fulfilled and meaningful life. You'll know you're moving forward in your career with far greater influence. And with greater influence comes greater power and greater success. You will be more confident, feel more relaxed and at ease. Because with mastery comes influence and authority. As I mentioned, there are 5 key power shifts, each truly pivotal. As mentioned in my intro, those are the exact steps that consistently feed and propel my clients' many successes. And again, the very same shifts that have made me very successful in both my corporate and private life. Now I'm going to take you through all 5 of these crucial shifts. Let's kick it off with shift number 1, get clarity. The most difficult thing in life is to know yourself. This has been said 2,600 years ago by the Greek philosopher Thales. Translated in today's time and language, you can't sell your unique package to your employer if you don't know what you are selling. Never mind how to pitch it successfully. What's about get clarity, or the lack thereof? What's at stake? Let me give you some facts and figures. Confused teams have a hard time achieving goals. Higher staff turnover. Reduction in customer and client satisfaction. Overall reduction in productivity. And let's cut it to the chase. Just one poor leader costs more than $126,000 a year. Here's what you need clarity of: purpose, roles and responsibilities, communication, objectives. You need clarity about my why. What am I accountable for? How is my performance measured? How am I performing? What am I doing to improve my performance? What support do I need from my manager? And how can I empower others? If you are a leader or manager, this is specifically for you. You need clarity about Who am I? It's about your identity as a leader or manager. How do I want to be seen? Reality check. How am I seen? Who am I leading and how is that going? What is my preferred leadership style? How can I empower others to lead? And how does my leadership reflect my integrity? These are the exact questions that consistently feed and propel my clients' many successes. The key, EQ, also known as emotional intelligence. Let's play a quiz together. What percent of top performers do you think are high in EQ? Travis Bradbury, PhD from TalentSmart, conducted an international survey. And he found out it's a whopping 90%. People with a high degree of emotional intelligence make more money. He said an average of $29,000 more per year than people with a low degree of emotional intelligence. The link between emotional intelligence and earnings is so direct that every point increase in emotional intelligence adds $1,300 to an annual salary. And that affects your earnings over your lifetime, which in turn also affects your financial status for the entirety of your life. You see, emotional intelligence is the strongest predictor of performance, explaining a full 58% of success in all types of jobs, universally. What does this EQ consist of? Self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. I can almost assure you, if you master these 5 qualities of EQ, that you will end up in the top 5 as a leader in your company or even in your industry. Because, in sum, EQ, impacts most everything you do or say. Meet Chris. My client Chris is the product manager for one of the largest IT solutions providers in the country. Chris has a Bachelor of Economics and Anthropology. Let's hear Chris's story in his own words and how he experiences Get Clarity.
As a direct result of the work we've done on clarity, the quality of my performance and results have dramatically improved and continue to at increasing levels. And this is a great feeling. I was able to see where I was misspending my energy and focus, a big eye-opener. I estimate upwards of 20% of my time was ineffectively spent with having not set priorities firmly the first time. I no longer waste time filtering the stream of thoughts and emotions which were clouding and infecting my decision-making. Through active listening, observing, and asking the clarifying questions, I am spending much less time at accomplishing tasks. Instead, I enjoy generating results that get me noticed as a leader while consistently achieving better quality and client satisfaction.
Which brings us to shift number 2, operate without judgment. Imagine the following. Your boss's right hand asks you to come to her office right away. Judgment and stories kick in. Oh my God, what's this about? Am I going to get fired? Maybe she hated that last report I turned in. And then you walk in, and she's offering you a promotion with a big smile. You're completely unprepared for that. Far-fetched? Not so much. That happened to me personally. The happiest people I know are always evaluating and improving themselves. The unhappy people are usually evaluating and judging others. Judging others speaks more about you and how you judge yourself, not so much about the person you are judging. Let me repeat this once again. Judging others speaks more about you and how you judge yourself, not so much about the person you are judging. Here are reasons why we judge. We think we know more than we do. We are insecure. We are scared or threatened. We are lonely. We are seeking change. This image illustrates it the best for me. Most of the times it's about perception and perspective. Which brings us to biases. When you are biased towards someone, you speak less to them. You are more hesitant to speak to them, and you are less friendly towards them because you are uncomfortable with them. Now I show you what's at stake with unconscious biases. You know, biases are natural and human. It becomes dangerous when they remain unconscious. Unconscious biases in the workplace can stymie diversity, recruiting and retention efforts, and unknowingly shape an organization's culture. Unconscious bias can skew talent and performance reviews. It also affects who gets hired, promoted, and developed. And this unwittingly undermines an organization's culture and its opportunities. Something I really want you to hear is this. Unconscious biases, while normal, are some things you absolutely need to have in check. Ignoring this advice can cost you big. In terms of being noticed in a positive sense, being promoted, and being one of the 90% of top performers in EQ. The Newcomb method helps you to objectively assess yourself by challenging and breaking down unrealistic beliefs, so you will become known as the trusted, consistently dependable go-to person. People who operate without judgment are wildly attractive. Have you ever met a judgmental person you found particularly attractive? Which brings us to the key, discernment. Discernment is sourced in assertion, accountability, and honesty. Judgment, however, is sourced in aggression, blame, shame, prejudice, and stereotyping. Discernment constructs. Discernment uses truth to inspire truth. It offers wisdom in discord, allowing both sides to understand and thus grow. Win-win-win. Judgment, however, deconstructs. Judgment tears down healthy dynamics because it is based on needing to be right and therefore needs to make another wrong. Lose, lose, lose. Discernment takes ownership, while the other, judgment, passes it off by projecting any shadow qualities. Discernment is responsive, while judgment is reactive. You should see how my clients' careers and lives change as soon as they start switching judgment with discernment. The key, assertiveness. Someone who is assertive behaves confidently and is not frightened to say what they want or believe. Being an assertive leader is a crucial quality which, by design, compels people to achieve more. You absolutely can be assertive without blowing it all up by crossing the line into obnoxious and pushy. 6 balancing behaviors for exceptional leadership. The exact behaviors my clients strive for. Connect and communicate with everyone. Give honest feedback in a helpful way. Use discernment to make accurate judgments. Walk your talk and build and maintain excellent relationships. Always look for opportunities to collaborate. Let's hear Chris's story in his own words and how he experiences operate without judgment.
Operating without judgment is a pivotal shift with huge payouts. I now react far less to the words and actions of others. I am and truly enjoy being more composed, which allows me to be far more effective in managing the multifaceted issues in my job and daily life. I have also been sleeping better by using the techniques Marcus prescribes to manage my thoughts and feelings. My reactiveness has changed to responsiveness. I deal more efficiently and effectively with matters as they come up. Managing clients and coworkers, particularly ones with difficult personalities, takes less effort for me. I am better able to de-escalate situations where emotions may be running high. I feel more confident and in charge of myself and those around me. Operating without judgment is a serious game changer.
Which brings us to shift number 3, use the secret weapon. A bad attitude can cost you. Let's put it this way. Every year you spend holding on to a bad attitude costs you thousands of dollars a year. Over the span of one's career, the financial loss becomes life-changing on a grand scale. Cynical individuals are likely to lack the ability or willingness to rely on others, and therefore face serious limitations in their lives. They are likely to suspect dubious motives behind other people's behavior, and might be less likely to join collaborative efforts and avoid asking for help. These tendencies undermine their economic success. Not just for today or this year, but for their entire career, and therefore has to be dealt with urgently. The proprietary Newcomb method challenges these self-limiting patterns of belief and behavior with a process I've created and named Short Circuit Your Inner Paralysis. This is the exact method my clients and I personally use, and I mean daily. Other methods focus on getting you to try to change your behavior, thinking, or even worse, give you the wonderful advice, just change your attitude. As you must have found out yourself, this will never yield lasting success. Why is that? While sunflowers make a lovely garden plant, but they will wreak havoc if left to their own devices after the flowers emerge. Cutting back the flower buds might seem the solution. However, it won't take long and the disruptive plant will be in full bloom disarray again. That's when you try to change your behavior. Cutting the stems midway takes the plant much longer to grow back. But again, we know it will be back soon enough. That's when you try to change your thinking. Cutting the plant right at the surface is more effective. However, even this solution will not prevent this disruptive plant to come into full bloom again. That's when you try to change your attitude. Look, you could be an aficionado like Edward Scissorhands, and still, it would all grow back over and again, until the roots of the matter are dealt with. Or you might believe that adding trainings and courses will change your situation. Worth a try. Still, something is missing. So, the question comes down to, how can you fully achieve long lasting results? And now we begin our essential introduction into the Newcomb method. What we've just discovered is very akin to the process I follow with my clients. Instead of just changing their actions, thoughts, and attitudes, yes, you heard right, I use plural, we dig deep into their soil until we uncover their mindset. It is stunning to most just how wholly unacquainted we are with our very own mindset. This is where together we really examine what has been responsible for all the attitudes, thoughts, beliefs, and resulting consequences that I have been holding them back for so long. Together we implement what I call the winning mindset of a co-entrepreneur, which really is a unique mix of ingredients. This process provides you access to your settings box, very much like the mixing desk of a sound technician, which you learn to play like a fiddle until you are so confident that you know precisely which dials to tweak to achieve the winning result. My clients consistently achieve wins and successes. How? By ideally mastering the personal settings box, which shows in their attitude towards people, situations, circumstances, etc. With their thoughts firmly in tune with their settings box and mindset, only some tweaking from time to time is all it takes, because their main mindset is all set. The mindset, in combination with the settings box, prepares you to present what and who you are, be it a leader, a manager, a team player. My clients follow that approach with precision and diligence because they know about the power of it. Every time, for example, when they face a new task that challenges them, they ask themselves, can I do the job? Which comes down to knowledge about their experience and skills. Do I want to do the job? It's their motivation, also known as what drives me. Am I a fit for that task or that new client? That comes down to the knowledge of personality and their strength. The why is key. Believe me when I say, the combination of your experience and skills with your motivation and personality and strength makes your package as unique and exclusive as your fingerprint. Let's face it, most likely you too are somehow driven by false security about yourself and the hope that no one will find you out. What about exchanging that with a solid foundation of assurance and confidence you can build on? Done are the days of fake it until you believe it and stick to it. Hey, that advice is fine in your personal life, just not when you have to conquer a task in your professional career. People will rightfully so see you as an actor or a faker, not assured about your quality and not trust you. Becoming aware and knowing how to best communicate these facts about you is something my training firmly instills. Even better, the skill of communicating your unique package will be life-lasting. Meet Eric. My client Eric is the head of care management for one of the top health insurance companies in the country. Eric has a master's in health service management and a bachelor of business administration. When I met Eric, he was preoccupied with some haunting questions. Is this it? Is this as good as it gets? Is there more to my life? He was stuck in his career, he was stuck in his life, and he knew it. You see, His inner voice kept haunting him. Come on, you are capable of so much more. He wasn't recognized nor seen for what and who he truly was, nor what he was truly capable of. Today, however, as a result of our working together, he's proud of who he is. His mastery of communication has so greatly improved that success has become his new norm. He is on fire, operating at the top of his game, and everyone notices, not just his immediate superior. Eric is now widely known and recognized, inside and outside of his organization. While things regularly do go Eric's way, they not longer have to go his way in order for him to be happy. He attributes this, and I obviously agree, to his now well-developed resilience and evolved mindset. This helps him tremendously in dealing with unavoidable adversities and setbacks. Eric's story, from Little Nemo to Big Fish. Let's hear from Eric in his own words.
I first met Marcus on a serendipitous business train to Zurich. When I reflect on who I was then compared to who I really am now, well, it's a challenge to simplify here the many layers of value my transformation represents. After considerable thought, I can synthesize the whole into one word: priceless. I've gone from being unnoticed to being well recognized, working at the top of my field on a national level. Operating without judgment allowed me to become the absolute go-to person. The power of being a trusted confidant to many informs me of what's really going on in my environment and with whom. This makes me quite literally stealth. I am continually absorbing the Nuka method like a sponge. It is the real deal for a blueprint of lasting and truly sustainable change.
Let's face a fact. Self-limiting beliefs are the real barrier to your desired success. They are the literal root of your inner paralysis. If we are honest, we all have experienced inner paralysis. Maybe even now. We all know how frustratingly difficult it can be to break this tenacious hold on us. This is key to why I have developed the short-circuit your inner paralysis element, a strong one built into the Nuka method. Which brings us to shift number 4, leverage your resources. If you don't learn how to optimize your resources properly, they never are enough to bring you the success that would otherwise be yours. Contacts especially can be your most valuable resource. And ironically, it's the very one that people most frequently overlook and fail miserably to utilize, never mind optimize. You see, it's about locating the key contacts who can help you grow the most. So you can drop your fish hook, also known as working the net, in the best spot instead of hoping for the best by casting a wide net, also known as networking. Meet Lisa. My client Lisa is a top business development manager in the insurance industry. She has a Bachelor of Business Administration. When I first crossed paths with Lisa, she had just left her last job. She was one of the best connected people I had met for a long while. She was able to use those connections to great effect for everyone, except for herself. She was very invested in her beliefs that I have to make it on my own. I don't want to appear needy nor weak. And yes, she was stuck as well. Lisa and I have been working with each other for a while. Not long after meeting her, I helped her secure a great new job. Today, she utilizes her fantastic network very successfully on her own behalf. She has become the go-to person company-wide. Her opinion is highly valued by her superiors as well as staff. She fully realizes just how much this shift has made her life and career so much more enjoyable and significantly more successful. Let's hear Lisa's story in her own words.
Due to our trust and cooperation, I have gained self-esteem and confidence, which shows itself daily in my business and private life. Today, I am much calmer, think twice before I say something, and proceed proactively. I've learned to trust my instincts, and I'm very good at working the net. The big difference is, now I am excellent at working it for myself. Now I have choices and options like never before. I don't know how to put it otherwise. It just keeps getting better.
Which brings us to shift number 5, invest in yourself. A very good friend of mine is a martial arts master with a 5th degree black belt. Impressive, to say the least. We were speaking about the importance of coaching when he told me, "I've never met anyone who has learned martial arts from a book." He said that this was because although you can learn the moves from a book somewhat, it takes a trained person outside of yourself to recognize if you are executing the moves correctly and help you when you aren't. Let's be honest. If you have already reached the success in life you desire and are presently living the best version of you and your life, would you still be watching this masterclass? Meet Adil. My client Adil is the Director of International Sales in the insurance industry. He has a Master of Arts in International Affairs. When I met him, he found himself in a pretty sticky situation where he needed a Hail Mary pass and fast. He not only needed an effective coach, but also a real sparring partner who would boldly hold a mirror to the projected and misguided impressions he unknowingly but consistently gave to others. Into a short while of working with each other, he significantly improved his communication style, coping mechanisms, and, as was critically needed, he adjusted his attitude towards his coworkers and superiors with aplomb. Suddenly, no more sticky. Adil now realizes a universal truth. It's not what you say, it's what people hear. That was a very critical shift for him. As a result of our working together, Adil recently landed a great senior executive position with a substantial raise in salary and benefits. Let's hear Adil's story in his own words.
What you learned from Marcus, you won't learn from a book, graduate school, or any other training program. Marcus just knows how to give you direct, reliable, and objective feedback, especially if the situation appears to be skewed. This will help you gain meaningful insight into yourself and how to behave beneficially under specific circumstances, such as an aggressive work environment.
Recap. Here is what you need to win. You need to learn how to get clarity, how to operate without judgment, how to short-circuit your inner paralysis, how to leverage your resources and invest in yourself with first-class coaching and mentoring. Next, you'll get the chance to watch an interview between my current client Chris and myself talking about his process of working with me. Thank you so much, Chris, for coming on camera and talking about our process and the results coming from there for you.
You're welcome, Marcus. My pleasure.
Since working together with the Newcomb method, what has changed in your work and life?
Well, with working with your Newcomb method has been transformative far beyond what I could have imagined before we began. For instance, with the skills that I have obtained, I am better able to use my time. I'm clearer, more concise with my communications. I'm better able to resolve conflicts with others and manage persons with challenging personalities.
Hmm. So, how has your transformation been received in your workplace?
Well, feedback from my manager has been great. For instance, he commented on my better use of time during staff meetings, delivering summaries and updates more clearly, concisely, and the same of my asks for my colleagues.
Hmm.
And the gains from this, both personally and professionally, are really exciting to see. And I see myself in a completely different place in my life today than prior to starting working with you.
That's really amazing, Chris. It sounds like real fundamental and tangible results. So, someone might ask, what brought you initially to work with me?
Well, my joy and my satisfaction with being a project manager were diminishing. And I saw myself at risk for not being promoted or not receiving salary raises as a result going forward. Uh, I saw my growth professionally stagnating as well, but I wasn't sure how to break through this, how to change this flatlining in my growth.
Hmm. So, how was the feedback from your workplace?
Well, coworkers noticed this change in my state of being, and it became a point of concern with my manager at my last annual review.
Hmm. So, what have you tried prior to working with me?
Well, I had used other methods over the years, but only to limited or temporary success. This time around, I knew none of that would do because this time around, I saw myself needing to make a major shift in my life.
Huh. Which leads me to the question, what could have happened if you had not changed your course, Chris?
Well, the worst case that I saw was me losing my job, either out of deteriorating performance or acting unprofessionally towards my management, coworkers, or clients.
So, what impact could that have had on your life?
Oh, the impacts of that would have been disastrous. I believe it would have contributed to a sense of my life spiraling out of control, as you can imagine.
Hmm. So, working successfully with me now, could you paint a picture for who this life-changing program is?
Yes, your Newcomb method is for any person who knows that they are at a sticking point in their life, professionally or personally, but knows that they are unable to break through those barriers on their own. The ideal client is someone who understands that working with a coach, a sparring partner, or a trainer is the path. And because that individual cannot do it on their
Hmm.
own. Um, the person also, to make a point here, not only do they need to be coachable, but they need to be willing to change.
Hmm. So, looking back through the whole time we've been working together, Chris, what conclusion do you draw?
Conclusion is the Newcomb method has been an elixir for my life. It's been the catalyst for me breaking through these barriers and something that I haven't been able to achieve on my own by working with you and your Newcomb method.
Hmm. So, thank you so much once again for sharing so openly with us. And I wish you all the best for your progress and looking forward to seeing you on our next session.
Thank you, Marcus.
Look, it's not as hard as it seems. Let me share with you 6 reasons why executive coaching. Learn how to be an even more effective leader. Gain a competitive advantage in your industry or team. Improve your self-confidence and effectiveness. Learn to trust your team. Develop yourself for the craziness of work and home. Work purposefully towards your goals and next promotion. All my current and previous clients will sign the 6 reasons for why they have decided to go with executive coaching. Let me introduce you to my triangle of transformation. It all begins with mindset coaching. You see, it's about making those positive shifts, about knowing who you really are, knowing what you really can do, your potential, and how to optimize the culture of your career and life. Which brings us to a step-by-step strategy. This is a process you can follow to realize your desired outcomes, regardless of obstacles which may have misled you before. Which brings me to my world-class support. I am at your side online when you need me. I give you access to my private Facebook group of fellow executives and to your own membership area. There will be live Q&As and trainings on a weekly basis and active working the net going on, as well as access to one-on-one calls with me. Let's hear once again from Chris how he uses and experiences the Newcomb method.
I came to Marcus before learning about the Masterclass, by referral from a brilliant, trusted, and successful friend. Also, I had seen a number of Marcus's YouTube videos. The advantages of working with Marcus is that he provides tough love, and he doesn't sugarcoat information. Neither does he let a client sit around and just talk about their issues, at least not beyond purpose. Marcus drives you forward by deep diving into you as a person, uncovering and questioning what motivates you and why. He then introduces follow-up work based on what is revealed. What follows, in short, are many aha moments. Marcus is a highly intuitive and perceptive person. He is very skilled at discerning bits of truth from what you share and distilling it into a strikingly accurate mirror from which to do real work. Marcus operates at an exceptional level, much like Bill Belichick of the New England Patriots. He comfortably takes you to a new portal from which to neutrally view yourself and your behaviors. He guides you to rise above, to overcome, and successfully exceed your self-limiting beliefs and behaviors. The Newcomb method provides you with new tools for practical, daily use and results. Marcus practices what he preaches, too, by daily using the same tools he teaches with. So, Marcus is the pioneer practitioner of the method, not just preacher of it.
Meet Anna. My client Anna is a senior philanthropic consultant in the world of neuroscience and degenerative diseases. She has a master's in management from the London School of Economics. Let's hear from Anna in her own words how she experienced working with me.
Working with Marcus helped me to look at things from a different perspective, enabling me to reflect and shift my mindset when need be. I feel that I have now strengthened the skills that I need to identify, prepare, and overcome obstacles, and that I'm in a much better position to direct and lead my own career. And by the way, all that helped land a great new job.
Today, you have learned more about advance in career, get clarity, increase influence, network effectively, amplify your worth, negotiate with precision. This is a pivotal moment. You do have a choice. You can stay and live as you are right now. That is a choice. Or You can make a decision and begin changing all of that right now. Believe me, whatever your challenges are, I have likely seen them and I will know how to overcome them. Let's be clear. If you don't invest in yourself, what can you really expect? As introduced at the beginning, I have set aside some time in the next 72 hours to speak with you personally about how you can apply these ideas to your career starting today. If you feel like wanting to talk to me, you will have the chance to sign up for a session for yourself at the end of this webinar. Remember, time waits for no man nor woman. The goal of this call is that you start focusing on the real issues and know that the right changes need to happen. My goal of this call is not to pile on the jargon and give you free info band-aids. This would merely be giving you more useless BS. The cost? Absolutely free. Why am I doing this? I do this because I love giving back. Helping professionals to successfully transform their careers to the next level is one of my greatest pleasures. I also know that there is a chance that you might want my help to transform your outlook and career too, just as you've learned from some of my clients. If so, we can discuss it and see if it's a good fit for both of us. If not, that's fine too. Once again, for who's this for? This is for you if you are coachable, decisive, willing to be successful, and ready to invest in yourself, and are serious about growing your career. This is for you if you feel that you are living in a sticking point in your career and or life, but have not managed yet to break through this critical impasse on your own. This is for those who have by no means given up. If that's you, book your free session now.